Barbad laughed and said, I don't know what's the matter, but I can't leave my sister and my love. Everyone is my sister and my love. It's an interesting day. My mother's condition is good. Your mother and father and your Aunt Minu are also living their own lives. Mona also hates everything that is in love and man. With that surgical face, she's in your mother and father's heart. But the point is that despite all our being dogs and cats, knives and cheese, we've come to blows in many places. Saye nodded and said, yes, I agree. But Barbad was serious. I want to erase it from the face of the earth in a way that no one will find out and no accusations will be made against you and me. Barbad looked at her questioningly. I don't know yet. I know how to draw and building drawing, and K-Van kicked me out in less than 6 months. Only now, I have a language and a translator to earn money for me. I cooked and cleaned people houses. In the end, we didn't get along with Razam. These two used to bother me with my suspicions and my persistence and Rasam's words. It's all just gossip and sometimes his tongue tied and his orders and prohibitions. I don't know what to make of you either. Barbad grinned and said, don't you know? A young 24-year-old boy who has a job and makes money. It's a mix of halal and haram. But money is good. In that case, I saw you everywhere and there was no place to hide on your body. Peruvian kid Barbad. Am I lying? But you saw yourself after that incident and those slaps you gave me, and you were sure that I was so vile that I would do that to you, and with Reza's hand in a bowl, one didn't give you a dirty look. Of course they say that my drug use also reduces desire and lust. There are so many girls in my hands that they all work for the sake of drugs and their money and drugs. I have separated you. Saye stood up and extended her hand towards Barbad and said with a smile, get up, boy. Those noble eyes. Barbad also took Saye's hand with a smile and stood up and said, God forbid, beer. They both laughed and went to the kitchen to make dinner. Sandra said, what should we do with this girl? I said, throw her into one of the cells. Right now. She is not a player and is of no use to us. Watch her carefully so that she does not escape. Okay. She pointed to the security officers. Take Faith to one of the cells. When the door to the hall opened, Niesh and Cyan entered. When they saw me, they smiled and came this way. Niesh said, hi, Mr. Matin. What's up? Hello girls. Nothing. Sandra and I went to play chase. We got Faith out of the security guard's grasp. Oh, so you were really excited? Yeah, that was good. Cyan said, what happened? You decided to come for a physical? I missed you. I needed a little rest and excitement. They both planted a kiss on my cheek from both sides and said baby and wrapped their arms around my body. Sandra turned and when she saw us she said, really? I'm her girlfriend. You two are hugging her like this. I'm jealous. Cyan said, really? She's not jealous. You come too. There's no room. We all laughed. I said, what was going on in the red zone? Niesh said, rescue operation, a few trapped, a reporter, 2 injured policemen who needed to be vaccinated. A mother and daughter. The stage was normal level. However, we had a hard time and casualties. High intelligence and low facilities. They were not happy with the type of weapon upgrades and ammunition. They said that when we were going to enter a place like this, the equipment should be useful and appropriate. Speed dogs, biohazards, zombies and fast infected. Amount of health packs. Vests and cold weapons. I said, these stages are designed for survival. Although I didn't like those weapons much myself. They made me nervous. One person against a world. Cyan said. They should protest themselves. This has nothing to do with us. Now let's go eat something. You can't fast either, Sandra said. Fasting? Francis is a Muslim. Of course you called it something else.